see Bill's got his toothbrush here. He's been brushing his teeth regularly to demonstrate how things float around 0G.
No, we're not. The Goldstone's getting it, but we're not getting it yet.
Oh, Houston, we just got it.
You are getting it.
He's on candid camera. Very good.
Okay, Apollo 8, we have a good picture.
We're rolling her. Okay, we're rolling around to a good view of the Earth, and as soon as we get to the good view of the Earth, we'll stop and let you look out the window at the scene we see. Jim Lovell's down in the lower equipment bay preparing lunch, and Bill is holding a camera here for us both.
Captain, why don't you just give him a little bit of a word picture of what we're seeing down here to help him as he does this.
All right. Okay, we're getting a pretty good picture, but if you'd move it a little slower every time you move it around, why it breaks up on the scan.
We got you. This is known as preparing lunch and doing P23 at the same time.
Yeah, you got it. You've got everybody standing on their heads down here.
Argo, you got it turned upside down? You got the wrong refs, man.
We all have our problems.
That's perfect.
How's the picture now, Houston?
That's really good.
That bag.
Okay, now we're coming up on the view. We really want you to see us, the view of the Earth. And if you'll break for just a minute, Bill's going to put on the large lens. So we'll be right back with you.
Okay, thank you.
Houston, we're now showing you a view of the Earth through the telephoto lens.
Okay, we're not receiving a picture right now.
How about now?
Okay, we don't have a picture yet.
You seeing anything at all, Houston?
Okay, Apollo 8, we don't have a picture yet.
All right, we'll put the other lens back on and we'll show you out.
Apollo 8, how about the stand and blind lens for just a minute? Let's check our ground link. Apollo 8, we have a picture now.
Network
Okay,
flight.
let's try the other lens again then once again.
Okay, thank you.
Network flight. Talk on a loop. Talk on a loop. Okay. Talk on a loop, Bernie.
Do you have a picture now?
Oh, that's a negative.
Capcom, do you understand? It looks like it is an onboard problem because they are losing it at both places. It doesn't appear to be a site problem. Yeah.
Apollo 8.
Stand by one, Capcom.
Apollo 8 then.
ECOM, are you the television expert or FAO? Who knows the most about that camera? Got any suggestions?
Okay, do you have anything, Houston, we got on the Earth?
I don't have anything.
Okay, we're having no joy.
Okay, stand by. Okay, how about now, Houston?
Still no joy. You don't have a lens cover on there, do you?
No, we checked that, as a matter of fact. Anything?
Still no joy.
ECOM, no words of wisdom for us, huh?
Negative, Flight. Ghost reports are receiving an extreme white level.
Extreme light level?
White.
Does that mean we ought to tell them to close the lens down some? Or do we have an adjustment on the lens?
Flight network.
How about now?
Still no
Both Drill
joy.
and Ghost on still report no joy.
There's a picture. Okay, we have a picture.
You see nothing?
Okay, it's a little difficult to see what we have.
That's the Earth, but it's not the telephoto lens, unfortunately. It's just a regular inside lens.
Okay, it's coming in as a real bright blob on the screen. It's hard to tell what we're looking at.
Well, you're looking through some haze on the window, too, unfortunately. And the Earth is very bright besides.
Okay, we've got the Earth in about the center of the screen and a little bit low. And it looked like there were some objects that moved across the screen at the same time. You have any comment on those?
That's from a water ice coming off the vent nozzle.
Roger.
How does it look now?
It's still the same thing. It's the target is extremely bright, and it's very difficult
They
to
want
make
to
out what we're
confirm
looking
the
at.
AOC is on in the camera.
Capcom, where's the
We don't
AOC?
have the, we can't make the other lens work here. I don't know
Automatic
what the
light
problem is.
control.
Capcom flight. Can you ask me a question?
Apollo 8, would you verify that the ALC is on?
We've tried it both ways.
Okay, thank you. What we're getting now is a good picture.
Capcom, ask them to go ahead and just leave it inside the spacecraft until we can think some more about what's wrong with that long lens.
Okay, that's a real good picture. That's the best one we've had. And how about just going ahead and leave your pictures inside until we can think some more about what we can do to adjust for that light.
Roger. Jim, what are you doing here? Jim is fixing dessert. He's making up a bag of chocolate pudding.
FAO flight.
You can see it come floating by.
Go flight. Where are all the TV experts located? Do any of those people belong to you?
No, sir. But there is one input that we got is that wiring on lens is a low light level lens, and it will, if you put it on that bright earth too long, it'll run the TV
The
camera.
telephoto lens doesn't work. Show the lens that's the culprit here. This lens doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, they finally cleared us, so okay.
It's a problem with the light transmission through it.
Yes, ask them, caution them against pointing it at the bright
The
earth for too long.
transmission is coming to you approximately halfway between the moon and the Earth. We've been 31 hours, about 20 minutes into flight. We have about less than 40 hours left to go to the moon. You can see Bill's got his toothbrush here. He's been brushing his teeth regularly to demonstrate how things float around 0 G. We looks like the place of the Astros the way he tries to catch that thing.
Econ flight.
Flight Econ.
We got any span experts back here in this area?
I certainly wish we could show you the Earth. It's a beautiful, beautiful view with predominantly blue background and just huge covers of white clouds. Particularly one very strong vortex up near the terminator.
Flight Econ, they're working
Very,
on it.
very beautiful. Perhaps we'll get some assistance from the people on the ground and be able to determine why this other lens is not transmitting properly.
We're working on it, that's all we can say.
Houston, did you get any light at all coming through that telephoto lens?
Ernie,
Apollo 8,
that was like.
we were getting what you were showing us on your
Give us
normal
any
lens,
words on that.
and I don't think we got anything on the telephoto. We're working on this now. One of the problems seems to be that it's a low light level lens. We're afraid that you may burn it out pointing it at something that's too bright.
Any kind of a modulation from the camera at all.
Oh,
Well, the Earth is very, very bright. There's nothing in the lens you can burn out. The camera still seems to be working. We can give you a lumens reading of the Earth right now if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
Hey Frank, how about a couple words on your health, the wide world?
Well, we're all in very good shape. Jim is busy working, preparing lunch. Bill is playing cameraman right now, and I'm about to take a light reading on the Earth. We all feel fine. It was a very exciting ride on that big Saturn, but it worked perfectly. And we're looking forward now, of course, till the day after tomorrow when we'll be just 60 miles away from the moon.
Okay, Capcom.
Y'all look great on Candid TV.
Okay, I just got a reading on the Earth, Houston. It's 320.
Copy, FAO.
The Earth is showing 320 lumens now.
Affirmative.
Decon flight.
You get a close-up of Jim Lovell,
Okay,
Bill, you
pump
can
that
let
into the
everybody
span,
see
man.
that
That's 320 lumens.
he's already outdistancing us in the beard race. Jim has got quite a beard going already.
Decon flight.
Flight Econ.
Can you give me an estimate on when we're going to lose the high gain?
Happy birthday, Mother.
I think we're holding it, Flight.
Okay.
I think they're holding attitude for us.
They are holding attitude?
Flight Econ, yeah, we're holding attitude right now.
Okay.
Okay, Jim's going to take a shot of us from the lower equipment bay, then we have to get back to our passive thermal control or the barbecue mode so that we don't get one side of the spacecraft too hot for too long a time. So we'll be signing off here and looking forward to seeing you all again shortly.
Roger.
Goodbye from Apollo 8.
Network Flight.
We've got TV now, Flight. Capcom, we're getting something.
Hello, Houston. This is Apollo 8. We have a television camera pointed directly at the Earth now.
Flight Network, stations report a good sync pulse, but no live
Roger, Frank. We're picking something up on our TV. It's not very good so far, but let it live for a second. We'll have more
They're getting a
instructions.
good sync pulse, but no live video at this time.
Okay, it's coming into view now, Frank.
Here we go.
It is?
Yeah, we have it in the corner of our screen. You're slightly off on your pointing, but we're getting a direct look at the corner of it.
What are they reporting now? Flight Econ, that's it right there.
It's moving off, Frank. It's moving off our 3 o'clock on our TV screen. I have no idea what to tell you about which way to point. It's moving further away. We've lost it now. Apollo 8 Houston, receiving nothing now, over.
Okay.
We're receiving
we got a picture.
the picture. We're just not seeing the video of the Earth.
We got a picture as far as sync and all that.
Roger,
Just not in the
roger.
field of view. Okay.
Okay, we're just picking it up at 3 o'clock on our screen.
Okay.
It's moving up toward 1 o'clock and in toward the center. Keep it going in that direction.
Okay.
It's looking better. You're holding up about 1 to 2 o'clock. Looking better. Give us a little more in that same direction. You're down at 3 o'clock now. We see about half of what you see. Too much. It's disappearing at our 5 o'clock. Now it's coming back. It's half off screen at our 2 o'clock. And it's disappeared off to our 3 o'clock. It's coming back in now. It's headed toward the center of our screen. Mark, it's right in the center of our screen. And just hold her steady. It's really looking good. Okay, we have it.
What you're seeing, Mike, is Houston, what you're seeing is the Western Hemisphere looking, the top is the North Pole. In the center, just lower to the center, is South America, all the way down to Cape Horn. I can see Baja, California, and the southwestern part of the United States. There's a big long cloud bank going northeast. Covers a lot of the Gulf of Mexico, going up to the eastern part of the United States. And it appears now that the east coast is cloudy. I can see clouds over parts of Mexico. The parts of Central America are clear. And we can also see the light bright spot of the sub-solar point on the light side of the Earth.
Now, Roger, could you give us some idea about the colors? And also, could you try a slight maneuver? It's disappearing, or we're seeing about half of it. It's going off to our 12 o'clock. Now it's going off to our 3 o'clock. That's the wrong direction. Yeah, that's a good direction. We need another small correction to bring it to our center screen. If you could maneuver toward the terminator, that's the part of it we're missing. We're getting the lighted portion. There you go, that's fine. Stop it right there.
Okay, for colors, the waters are all a sort of a royal blue. Clouds, of course, are bright white. The reflection off the Earth appears much greater than the moon. The land areas are generally a brownish, sort of dark brownish to light brown in texture. Many vortices and clouds can be seen of various weather cells. And that long band of appears serious clouds that extend from the entrance to the Gulf of Mexico, going straight out across the Atlantic. The Terminator, of course, comes to the Atlantic Ocean right now.
Has a slightly better quality picture, but it will interrupt about 3
Southern
seconds if we
Hemisphere is
switch.
almost completely clouded over.
I don't know. I think
Up
how
near the
what
North
we
Pole,
got.
there's quite a few clouds.
Okay.
Southwestern
You
Texas
record it, can't you?
and
We're
southwestern United
recording
States
now.
is clear. I'd say there's some clouds up in the northwest and over in the northeast portion.
Roger, could you maneuver toward the terminator again, please? little bit more. Stop her right there and hold it. It keeps slipping up a little bit. Could you maneuver slightly more toward the terminator?
How's that, Houston?
We're getting about half the Earth, Frank. The top half of it, our top half, which includes the dark portion, is obscured.
Flight GNC. Go.
How's the definition?
Time to go to about 347 in yaw.
Looks pretty good.
What'll that do for him? You gotta put it down in the middle there.
Can you see cloud patterns?
What's he got now? 349.
That's affirmative.
Okay, GNC.
Are you still seeing Houston?
We're seeing it. We're missing the portion of the Earth that's over towards the terminator. The dark portion of the Earth is we're not picking up. We're getting about 3/4 or 4/5 of the rest of it.
Roger, I'll move it and tell me when I'm getting better or worse, please.
Good. Stop right there. Now that's worse, Bill. Go back where you were. You made it disappear to our 3 o'clock. Now it's coming back. Okay, stop right there. Now you're back where you were, and we need a motion that's about 90 degrees to that last one you gave us. That's the wrong 90 degrees. 180 degrees away from that one. Stop right there. Okay, now we've lost a different half of it. I need a motion 90 degrees to that last one. That's good right there, Bill. That's good right there. Flight Capcom, I got a suggestion to use a polarizing filter. You want to try that and see if it changes anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Houston, if you can stick your polarizing filter in front of the camera without disturbing anything else, it might improve the quality slightly.
Stand by.
Roger, Bill.
Okay, the polarizing filter is in front. How's it now, Mike?
It's still looking good. That didn't make much of a change one way or the other, but in general, it's, considering how far away you are, it's looking excellent. Flight Capcom, you got any other suggestions on what you want them to try here?
Well, I hope that everyone enjoyed the picture that we're taking of themselves. How far away from Earth now, Jim, about?
We have you about 180,000.
Looking at yourself. Alright, you're looking at yourselves as seen from 180,000 miles out in space. Mike, what I keep imagining is if I'm some lonely traveler from another planet, what do I think about the Earth from this altitude? Whether I think it'd be inhabited or not.
You don't see anybody waving, is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just kind of curious whether I would land on the blue or the brown part of the Earth. You better hope we land in the blue part.
Tell him so are we. So are we, babe.
Jim is always for land landings.
All right, our Earth picture is drifting off center again. If you could make another correction to bring it back, I couldn't tell you which direction, but that you're going the right way. You're going the right way. A little bit more. A little bit more. Whoa, stop right there. That's the best centering we've had, Apollo 8. If you can just hold that, that's perfect.
To give you some idea, Mike, what we can see, I can pick out the southwest coastline of the Gulf and where Houston should be, and also the mouth of the Mississippi. I can see Baja, California, and that particular area. I'm using a binocular which we have aboard.
All right, I understand.
This is the main power instrument I have.
All right, well, we're seeing the entire Earth now, including the Terminator. Of course, we can't see anything past the Terminator at all. Are you able, with your binoculars, to see the dark horizon or anything past the Terminator?
Negative, Mike. We can't see anything past the Terminator with the binoculars or without them. This Earth is just too bright, and it cuts down the night adaptation to see anything on the dark side.
Right, I understand.
Since this is winter time in the northern hemisphere, we can see all of the South Pole and the southern ice cap, and not too much of the North Pole. Hey, you and Jim better get together. Jim just said he saw the North Pole. Huh?
He's looking out a different window.
That's what makes it different.
Do you still have the Do you still have the polarizing filter in front of the camera?
Negative.
Okay. Just try it, putting it back in front of the camera one more time.
Okay.
And once again, we need a small attitude correction. Our Earth is disappearing up and to the right. Our Earth and your Earth. The wrong way, wrong way. A little bit more. Okay, that's fine if you can hold it right there. Up? No, it's slipping back off again. Yeah, keep coming, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, 90 degrees to that direction. That's the wrong 90, the other way. There we go. A little bit more. No, wrong way. Wrong way, I'm sorry. Keep coming in that direction. No, it's gone up at our 12 o'clock. So that last, there we go, it's coming back down, it's coming back down. Bring it down more. Okay, stop. Now we need 90 degrees to that direction again.
I hope the next camera has a sight on it.
All right. Shall we ask him about the moon? Yeah, why not?
How's that?
Well, that's disappeared just practically. We were wondering if there's any chance of you looking out one of the other windows and seeing the moon. Hey, it's coming back in now, Bill. Okay, hold it right there. That's fine for the Earth, right where you are. That's extremely good on the Earth. You can just hold that.
It has a polarizing filter in front of it now, Mike.
Roger, thank you, and it's centered very well. We get a very slight improvement with this, but in general it's very good considering the distance. How about the moon, Frank? Is it visible through one of your other windows, or could you get it visible with a small maneuver?
I think we'll have to save the moon for another time.
Roger, understand. You're still very well centered with your picture. We noticed a couple of jumps in the apparent intensity. Did you make some filter changes?
Roger, we tried to put that other red filter in front of it, but it didn't seem to fit.
Roger. On a final test, when you get down to the end of your allotted time here, we'd like you to remove all filters and let us see how it looks with all filters removed, and then we'd like to get several spot meter readings at the very end after the test.
Okay, we'll be removing the red filter now.
Roger.
You still have it, Mike? The lens is off now.
Roger, we have it, and if you could maneuver toward the terminator slightly, you would again center our picture.
Okay, stand by. How's that? Is that the right direction?
That's the right direction. Keep coming. Now that's the wrong direction, Frank. Did you... Well, negative. I need another maneuver toward the terminator. It's drifting off the screen to our 11 o'clock. We appear to need a maneuver toward the terminator, Frank.
Thank you.
No, that's apparently the wrong way, Frank. We're starting to lose the picture. There you go. That's the correct way.
Okay, Houston, how's that for today?
That's just fine, Frank. That's great. We'd like to, at the conclusion here, take 3 spot meter readings. You can do that anytime at your convenience. We'd just like to get some after-the-fact readings on the Earth's intensity.
Roger, Jim has got the spot meter on now.
Thank you.
Is it centered now, Houston?
Not quite, Frank. So,
Checkpoint.
affirmative. That's good right there. Hold that right there. That's good. That's perfect. Light, you got any final comments?
Okay,
Good show.
Earth, this is Apollo 8 signing off for today.
Good show, Apollo 8. We appreciate it. See you mañana.
Roger.
We got Haney down here plotting your trajectory, so all's well. He says you're 10 minutes in the moon's sphere of influence.
Coming in. Evaporator out in the primary loop is okay.
That's good, fine.
Okay.
Apollo 8 Houston, over.
Houston, this is Apollo 8 with the TV going, over.
Apollo 8, this is Houston, reading you loud and clear. We see your TV. It's a little bit clear.
Roger, the moon is very bright and not too distinct in this area. I'll give you a shot of the horizon.
Roger.
Is that the right word to use, Econ? Do you want to take the DSE?
Roger, fine.
Apollo 8, this is Houston. It's a good picture of the horizon. We can't see many terrain features as yet.
Roger.
You going to dump the DSE, Econ?
Not right now, not while we're having TV, but we'd like to get high bit rate.
Apollo 8 Houston, we're beginning to pick up a few craters very dimly. The whole thing is pretty bright.
Roger, there's not much definition up here either out on the horizon. We're now approaching the craters C and Bassett.
Roger.
That's what you want to say, Econ. He'll understand that. You want to take the DSE.
Roger, fine.
Capcom, Econ wants to take the DSE to get high
I'll
bit rate.
shift to the rendezvous
We
window.
want to high bit rate. Let's not say that. Let's take the DSE.
Roger, Bill.
Okay.
Apollo 8 Houston, we want to take the DSE.
Roger, you got it?
Roger. Looks like we got a real good picture now.
Okay, that's the crater brand.
Roger.
Sorry we missed car.
Me too. Apollo 8, this is Houston. We're going to need a cryo fan cycle sometime during this path.
Roger. Can we wait till
Yeah, wait.
sunset?
Yeah,
Roger,
wait.
we can wait.
Okay, I think we're coming up on Miller right now. There's a very new bright impact crater. Should be in the field of view now.
Roger, Bill.
Do you see it in the upper part of your screen? Say, Bill, how would you describe the color of the moon from here? The color of the moon looks a very whitish gray, like dirty beach sand, and with lots of footprints in it. Don't these two craters look like pickaxes striking concrete, leaving a lot of fine haze dust? There's some interesting features out on the other window. Let me switch windows on you now.
Roger, Bill.
You should see the horizon now in the top of your picture.
Roger, we have the horizon, Bill. Apollo 8,
I believe now these are the craters, Bassett and C.
Roger, Bill. If you have the polarizing filter handy, try flipping it in front, would you?
Roger. Jerry, as a matter of interest, there's a lot of what appears to be very small new craters that have these little white rays radiating from them.
Roger, Jim. Roger, we see the filter going over. Apollo 8, this is Houston. Looks like we have too much light. The polarizing filter doesn't help much. Go ahead and remove it again.
Roger, it's removed.
Looks like we just got...
Roger, we're passing over the crater Borman. And there's Anders out there. Level's right south of it.
Roger. He's breaking up now. Okay, we're back with a good picture. Looks like we just have too much light. Our definition is rather weak.
Roger. Also, I'm fogging up the window here, Houston, is one of the other problems.
Roger, Bill, the other window was better than this one.
Okay.
Yeah, much better picture, Bill, much better.
All right, the right side of the camera is pointing retrograde. We are now passing a beam of the crater Houston. And I'll shine the camera over there once for the folks in Texas.
Roger.
It's a big and sprawly one. It's got those two impact craters, one to the right and one to the left.
Roger, Bill.
How's your picture?
Still about the same, Bill. It's the terrain's pretty bright. We're not getting much definition at all. Definition on this side is much, much better.
Okay, I think. Okay, we'll leave it here. The wind, that gives you an idea how bad our window is.
Roger, this picture now is much better. I guess the light levels are decreasing now.
Okay, we're coming up on the crater Collins.
Roger, what crater is that that's just going off?
That's some small impact crater.
Roger.
We'll call it John Aaron's.
Okay.
If you'll keep looking at the systems anyway.
He just quit looking.
Sure, another interesting feature, these small impact craters have dark spots in the center where it appears that they buried in and hit some new material down below that's got a lot of fine white dust around them.
Roger, understand, Jim. This Houston, Apollo 8, this is Houston. Looks like we can see Collins now.
Roger, there's Collins for you. And Collins is right on the edge of Spice C, which we're about to pass over.
Roger.
Hey, look in there, GNC.
Apollo 8, this is...
Going across Slice C.
Oh, we're still well above
Go ahead.
Roger, we just saw Stellenwerk go by.
More than you expect.
Right. He is using, but it is not excessive.
Raj.
Yeah. Ecam, how you doing?
He was really in a hurry.
Roger, picture is much improved now, getting better all the time.
Roger. The terrain here is, as you can see, not well defined. We're going to start a roll to the left. In order to come across the target area with the television.
Roger.
Landing site area.
Roger, Bill.
How's that crater in right in the middle look now?
Roger, that's a very good one. That must be O'Neill.
Right.
Roger, Bill, we see O'Neill real well. Also the smaller crater off to the side of it.
That's it.
Roger.
Houston, this is Apollo 8. We're going to terminate our program for this pass and get on with preparations for LOI 2 if you say we're go.
Apollo 8, this is Houston. Roger.
Okay, signing off until the 9th rev, Apollo 8.
Apollo 8, Houston. Roger.
Thank him for the look, Jerry.
Apollo 8, Houston. Roger, thank you for the look. We've got a picture, Apollo 8.
Roger, we've got the TV, but... Huh?
Cap, come on.
How's the picture look, Houston?
Loud and clear.
The TV look okay?
That's very good.
Welcome from the moon, Houston.
Thank you.
Where do you figure the Earth is? You're talking about the one right in the center of the picture there?
Houston, you're seeing a view of the Earth taken over the lunar horizon. We're going to follow the track until the terminator, where we will turn the spacecraft and give you a view of the long shadowed terrain at the terminator, which should come in quite well in the TV.
Roger.
We don't know whether you can see it from the TV screen, but the moon is nothing but a milky white, completely void. We're changing the cameras to the other window now. This is Apollo 8 coming to you live from the moon. We've had to switch the TV camera now. We showed you first a view of Earth as we've been watching it for the past 16 hours. Now we're switching so that we can show you the moon that we've been flying over at 60 miles altitude for the last 16 hours. Bill Anders, Jim Lovell, and myself have spent the day before Christmas up here doing experiments, taking pictures, and firing our spacecraft engines to maneuver around. What we'll do now is follow the trail that we've been following all day and take you on through to a lunar sunset. The moon is a different thing to each one of us. I think that each one carries his own impressions of what he's seen today. I know my own impression is that it's a vast, lonely, forbidding type existence or expanse of nothing. It looks rather like clouds and clouds of pumice stone. And it certainly would not appear to be a very inviting place to live or work.
We have the FM downlink.
Jim, what have you thought most about?
She's changing the lens.
Well, Frank, my thoughts were very similar. The vast loneliness up here on the moon is awe-inspiring, and it makes you realize just what you have back there on Earth. The Earth from here is a grand oasis of the big vastness of space.
Network flight. Be sure they keep passing the signal. You know there's no modulation on
I
it.
think the thing that impressed me the most was the lunar sunrise and sunset.
So what you have right now is a test pattern. So we have to keep a sync in the machine to keep it from freewheeling out there.
And the long shadows really bring out the relief that is here and hard to see in this very bright surface that we're going over right now. You describe it, that's not color, Bill. Describe some of the physical features of what you're showing.
Capcom flight, tell them, ask them if they think they're transmitting a picture that we don't have any modulation down here.
Apollo 8, Houston, we're not receiving a picture now, over.
Flight network.
Go.
Goldstone reports to have FM downlink and sync, but no modulation.
Now coming on to
appears the camera might not be on.
A small Mare region covered with
Capcom flight, you copy
a
that?
dark level material.
That they've got modulation that they can sync, but they don't have any signal. I mean, they've got the FM downlink, but they don't have any modulation on that.
And a mountain range on the other
Getting any
side.
modulation down here, but we are getting a downlink.
These mountains are the Pyrenees.
Apollo 8, we are not receiving modulation on the signal. We have to have sync.
Are you reading us, Apollo, Houston?
Apollo 8, we're reading you loud and clear, but no picture. We have no modulation.
Roger, we understand. Take a look now. How about now, Apollo?
Loud and clear. Good picture.
What you're seeing as we cross by sea are the craters Kastner and Gilbert. And what we've noticed especially that you cannot see from the Earth are these small, bright impact craters that dominate the lunar surface.
Flight network, as soon as that picture settles down good, they'll tweak a little at the site, help it some.
Roger.
The horizon here is very, very stark. The sky is pitch black and the Earth, or the moon rather, excuse me, is quite light. And the contrast between the sky and the moon is a vivid dark line. Coming into view of the camera now are some interesting old double ring craters. Some interesting features that are quite common in the Mare region and have been filled by some material, same consistency of the Mare and same color. Here are 3 or 4 of these interesting features. Further on the horizon, you see the mountains coming up now are heavily impacted with numerous craters, whose central peaks you can see in many of the larger ones. Actually, I think the best way to describe This area is a vastness of black and white. Absolutely no color. The sky up here is also a rather forbidding, foreboding expanse of blackness with no stars visible when we're flying over the moon in daylight. You can see by the numerous craters that this planet has been bombarded through the eons with numerous small asteroids and meteoroids pockmarking the surface every square inch. And one of the amazing features of the surface is the roundness of most of the craters. Most of them have a round.
What they're telling me down here is that this is the same as this morning, where it'll get better as we get down to where the light level is less. We think they've got the max filters on it now. That's what all we can do.
And eventually they get eroded down by the constant bombardment of small meteorites.
Ecom, GNC, what do your systems look like?
Flight Ecom, we're looking real good.
Okay.
Flight guys.
Bill.
Yeah, we can send him his loads anytime.
How's the picture now?
No bit rate or however, whatever's non-interference basis.
Maybe we can wait.
The picture is live and clear, and the picture looks real fine.
System look good, fine.
Roger.
Thank you. Can you see the two large craters to the just to the right of our track, Houston?
Affirmative.
The very bright features you see are the new impact craters, and the longer a crater has been on the surface of the moon, while the more mottled and subdued it becomes. Some of the
Capcom, tell him we've temporarily lost him, apparently. His commentary, that is.
Apollo 8, we've apparently lost your voice. The picture is still good.
Roger.
We're back now.
Houston, we're passing over an area that's just to the east of Spice C now, and checking our charts. Spice C is coming up in a few minutes.
Guidance flight.
Roger.
Does he need to monitor the your uplink or not?
Negative flight. Poo accepts all.
Okay. Capcom flight, ask him to go to Poo and accept, please. Yes, if he doesn't mind, we'll uplink him. If he wants us to wait, we'll wait. But we are ready now if he is.
Apollo 8, if you go to Poo and accept while we'll uplink some information.
And that's a LEM state vector.
Right.
Flight network.
Go.
The TV experts at sites report that white is kind of tearing them up a little bit. They want to know if we can get some kind of filter on front of the lens.
That's negative.
We are now coming up towards the Terminator, and I hope that soon we'll be able to show you the
It'll get better
very
though as we keep
contrast of
going.
light as we go into the darkness. Houston, we're in Poo, and you have the computer.
Thank you.
Guidance flight, go ahead with the
Roger, we
uplink.
got it. Thank you.
now approaching a series of small impact craters. There is a dark area between us and them, which could possibly be a old lava flow. You can see the large mountains on the horizon now, ahead of the spacecraft to the north of our track. The intensity of the sun's reflection in this area makes it difficult for us to distinguish the features we see on the surface, and I suppose even harder on the television. But as we approach the terminator and the shadows become longer, you'll see a marked change. There's a very dark crater in the filling material of this valley in front of us now. It's rather unusual in that it's sharply defined, yet it's dark all over its interior walls, whereas most new-looking craters are a very bright interior. Small impact crater in front of us now in the little mare, well defined, quite new, and another one approaching. The spacecraft is facing north from our track. We're going sideways to our left. You're now seeing the Sea of Crises coming over the horizon.
Guidance flight, how your uplink's going?
We're done. Flight just coming to you.
We believe the crater, the large dark crater between the spacecraft and the Sea of Crises, is a Condorcet crater. Sea of Crises is amazingly smooth as far as the horizon, past this rather rough mountainous region in front of the spacecraft.
Capcom flight, we've flew the uplink computers his. Main thing I want to do is go back to block.
Apollo 8, we're through the computer if you go back to block, and it looks like we're getting a lot of reflection off your window now.
Econ flight, are you setting up for
Are
your
you
jump?
switch windows?
You still got some minutes yet.
Roger, flight, we're standing by.
Okay. You still go on your systems?
We're looking good, flight. Flight, retro.
Go.
Hey, on this thing about the slipping TIG, ignition time.
How's that look now, Cam?
That's real fine.
Pass him any words at all? You have
Not yet.
What are you going to pass him?
We're going to tell him that we don't want him to delay it past 20 seconds.
That's affirmative. That's right. Very good. I thought that's what we agreed to say.
Okay. guidance flight is in block.
Affirmative flight.
Thank you.
Apollo 8, can you tell us which window you're looking out? And there's a large crater that looks like it's sticking up in the upper right-hand corner of our picture. Do you identify that one?
Roger, we're just about to lose the lock here. That's why we're slowing up a little bit. We see the Sea of Crises in front of us now, and we're looking at the left-hand rendezvous window.
FAL flight, you got some words on which way to turn, or does he already know all that, do you think? I don't know.
Houston, how are you reading us now?
Loud and clear.
The crater you see on the horizon is the Sea of Crises. How are you reading us, Houston?
Loud and clear, Apollo 8, and we have a picture. That's good.
Roger, we're getting a lot of static. The Sea of Crises is in front of us on the horizon, and the dark crater Picard can be seen in the middle. We're now approaching the moon's sunrise, or the spacecraft sunset. This is an area that the sun has just recently come up on the moon. See the Mare we're over now has a model look about it, but not very heavily cratered, so it must be relatively new. This is the Sea of Fertility, and we're coming up on a large crater, the Delta Rim variety. Has a strange circular cracks patterned around the middle of it. Crater that you're seeing now is about 30 or 40 miles across. How's your picture quality, Houston?
This is phenomenal.
There's an interesting rill directly in front of the spacecraft now. Running along the edge of a small mountain. Rather sinuous shape with right angle turns. This area just to the west of the Sea of Crises is called the Martian Sleep. And to the west of that is the Sea of Tranquility. Can you see the fracture patterns going across the Mare in front of us now, Houston?
Stand flight.
It doesn't quite stand up.
Never mind, below that.
Right, there's a series of cracks or faults across the middle of the Mare. They drop down in about 3 steps to the south. The parallel fault pattern to the north has a drop down in the center. I hope that all of you back on Earth can see what we mean when we say it's a rather foreboding horizon, a rather dark and unappetizing looking place. We're now going over, approaching one of our future landing sites, selected in this smooth region to call the Sea of Tranquility. Smooth in order to make it easy for the initial landing attempts, in order to preclude having to dodge mountains. Now you can see the long shadows of the lunar sunrise. We are now approaching lunar sunrise, and for all the people back on Earth, the crew of Apollo 8 has a message that we would like to send to you. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And from the crew of Apollo 8, we close with good night, good luck, a Merry Christmas, and God bless all of you on the good earth. Are you getting our FM okay?
There it is. Okay, Frank, there we got it. It's coming in loud and clear. We look like we're looking at your hatch and now the MDC.
Okay, well, good afternoon. This is the Apollo 8 crew. And how's it focusing now, Houston?
It's looking good. You can hold the thing still. There's sort of a time delay. Any motion at all ruins the picture.
Tell me if there's any difference in it
good now. That's looking good now.
Okay, fine.
It looks like you're okay, but somebody else is upside down.
Okay, that's right. That's Jim Lovell. What we thought we'd do today was just show you a little bit about life inside the Apollo 8. We've shown you the scenes of the moon, scenes of the Earth, and we thought we'd invite you into our home. It's been our home at least for 4 days. You can see on the instrument panel, we mark off each day on the instrument panel. We've 4 down, and we're working on the 5th day. Of course, we're all looking forward to the landing on Friday. And down here in the part of the spacecraft that we call the lower equipment bay, we have the President's Advisor on Physical Fitness, Captain Jim Lovell, about to undergo an exercise program that we do every day. You notice that he floats around very freely. Just bumping his head on the optics of our navigating. working with an exercise device that's designed to keep the muscles in shape. Now, another very important function of our spacecraft is the computer. And I thought you might be interested in see what we have here. The displays that gives us all the information about our burns, about navigating, and about the velocities that we use during entry and retrofar on Earth orbital mission. You can see it's controlled by a disk key, or similar to a typewriter keyboard, and the things that go in and out of that are absolutely miraculous. It's done a fantastic job for us, and Jim Lovell's done an excellent job operating it. Now, another very important thing, whether you're in space or on the ground, is eating. And I've asked Bill Anders to show you how we eat up here in the flight.
Play GNC.
Pardon the picture while we move around here and change cameras.
He's in a pretty narrow deadband. If we're not going to shoot outside the spacecraft, it'd be nice to relax it.
The food that we use is all dehydrated. It
Mike,
comes
you copy that?
prepackaged in vacuum-sealed bags. You
I'll
notice
give you
that
the
all
exact
Bill
switch
has to
positions
do
here.
to keep it one
Well,
place
this is really
is
not
yours.
on this for another
Except for the
5
aircraft
minutes.
No,
spacecraft,
not for
they
5
put-
minutes.
He gets out his handy-dandy scissors and cuts the bag. The food is varied, generally pretty good. That doesn't sound like a rousing endorsement, it isn't, but it's nevertheless pretty good food. You can see that Bill is very clever, he does things swiftly. Actually, those food bags are stuck together because they've been vacuum packed in plastic. What do you have today, Bill, for dinner? Well, here we have some cocoa, which will be good. I'll be adding about 5 ounces of hot water to that. These are little sugar cookies. Some orange juice. Corn chowder. Chicken and gravy. And a little napkin to wipe your hands when you're done. I'll prepare some orange juice here.
Flight Network. Goldstone says that bright light in the right bottom corner of the screen may be burning into the TV camera. If they could move it a little bit.
Okay, you can see that he's taking his scissors and cutting the plastic end off of a little nozzle that he's going to
Looks like
insert
he's
the water
moving
gun
it.
into.
Network. Okay, we'll get a report and see if it's helped him.
The water gun dispenses half-ounce bursts of water per click. There we go. Bill has it in now, and the water's going in. I hope that you all had better Christmas dinners today than this, but nevertheless, we thought you might be interested in how we eat.
Right, I haven't heard any complaints around here, Frank. We'll bring you up to speed on your food when you get back.
Very good.
Okay. Looks like a happy home you got up there.
Ordinarily we let these drinks settle for 5 or 10 minutes, but Bill's going to eat one drink it right now to get on with the program. He cuts open another flap and you'll see a little tube comes out. This is not a commercial. And he drinks his delicious orange drink. Maybe I should say he drinks his orange drink. Usually not that fast. Bill's really in a hurry today. Well, that's what we eat. Now, another very important part of the spacecraft is the navigation station, or the optics panel. And we just made a Bill one signal. That's good, but not quite as good as good old California orange juice. Bill's from Florida. Okay, now if you let me have the camera, Jim, and we'll show the people where you do most of your work. Okay, Bill. Well, can you explain it? If I can clean up some of Bill's food around here and have it slipped away. Down in this area, it's called the LAB, or the Lower Equipment Bay, and we have our optics positioning equipment right here. We do all our navigation down here by setting on stars and on the horizons of either the moon or the Earth. And this is where we find out exactly where we are in space, what direction and how fast we're traveling. And our computer, as Frank had mentioned, then takes the information and tells us how to maneuver to get home safely. I work with the scanning telescope and the sextant, and occasionally if I get too busy, I just sort of float out of sight and go up into the tunnel, which is the tunnel to the hatch of the lunar module, which we don't have aboard, of course. Well, that's about all we have for today. Each and every one of us wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll be landing early Friday morning. Merry Christmas from Apollo 8.
Roger. Merry Christmas from the ground, Apollo 8, and thank you very much for the guided tour. We really enjoyed it. Apollo 8, Houston, we're getting television.
Roger, how's the picture?
Roger, the picture is on the lower right hand of our screen. Camera should go down away from the terminator and to the right. Still down in about the same place, a little worse. Now it's coming in.
Are you getting out, Jerry?
Roger, we've got most of it. Keep moving off to the right. Good, you have it centered right now.
Well, the Earth looks a little bigger to us today. Not much, but it's somewhat bigger. I'm sitting over in the right-hand seat now. Bill's got the TV camera. Frank's helping him out, aiming it directly to hit the Earth. I hope we have a good picture. Can you see the clouds?
Affirmative, we sure can. Move it up toward the terminator. Oh, correction, away from the terminator, just a shade.
At the tip of South America, there's a great swirl cloud down there. It looks like a great storm. Wonder if you can see it.
Roger, we see a large swirl just to south of the terminator.
Right, and then up to the left-hand side, or towards the north, we can see the light waters around the West Indies, and we can actually see Florida. I'm looking through Bill's binocular, and you can see the various landmasses, South America, the central part, and southern part of the United States.
Roger, move a little bit away from the terminator now.
Some more.
A little left with the camera and a little further away from the terminator.
Say again, Jerry.
Okay, you're moving it toward the center of the screen now, and the Earth is off on the left side of our screen. Real fine, that's good. Hold it right there.
What we're thinking about right now, Jerry, is hitting that wedge angle about 2 degrees there limit when we come back. The Earth looks pretty small right from here.
Roger.
You got it, Bill.
As I look down on the Earth here from so far out in space, I think I must have the feeling that the travelers in the old sailing ships used to have. We've gone on a very long voyage away from home, and now we're headed back. And I have that feeling of being proud of the trip, but still happy to be going back home and back to our home port. And that's what you're seeing right here. Roger, Bill. We should be glad to get you back, too.
This is Frank Borman. We've enjoyed the television shows, and we invite you to stay tuned in the future because there'll be flights in rendezvous in the Earth orbit, and then of course there'll be television from the lunar surface itself in the not too far distant future. So until then, I guess this is the Apollo 8 crew signing off, and we'll see you back on that good Earth very soon.
Roger, Frank. Adios.